So this is something we were actually talking about on my stream a couple of weeks ago. We were trying to predict what servants we were going to be getting for the Thanksgiving banner, because this year it's particularly hard because a lot of these, really good servants that I think would be, just a good idea to bring back, like say a Merlin or like an Ereshkigal, have raid ups very soon. I mean, Merlin comes back more frequently than you would think, and then Ereshkigal comes out like a month or two after Lost Belt 7 when she gets her skin. So like even servants that I think would be really helpful to make more available, or they would just be really good because the lotto is going to be going on, and like Ereshkigal I think is really good for the second phase, I believe it is. So it's just really strange because a lot of these guys do come back around. I mean, even other servants like say Oberon or Castoria or Koyenskaya, they're going to be coming back in like a month from now. So it's really hard for me to sit down and predict who we're going to be getting that would be super worthwhile, that might be able to tempt people into summoning. So I kind of wanted to throw this video out there and just kind of give some of my thoughts on some servants that I'm just catching a vibe for, and see what maybe some people in the community are thinking, so I could give some of my reasoning, and then I could read some of the comments, because I'm kind of at a loss for this one. Like, maybe we'll actually just get something along the lines of like, is a GSSR too crazy for them to do for Thanksgiving? Probably. I don't think they're going to wheel out like the Destiny Order Summon for that, but it just, I don't know what they could possibly do to kind of keep it hype. If you don't know, Thanksgiving is a exclusive banner that we get over here on the NA side of things, where they just bring back a bunch of limited guys. So trying to pick out guys that are not going to be getting a raid up in like the next couple of months, or are not going to get one next year, is kind of what I'm going for. The one that I think is the biggest hot take for me is maybe they could bring Archetype Earth back, but I feel like they're gonna save that for some random raid up next year. You know what I mean? Like, it seems too soon for them to do something like that, but I wouldn't doubt if they did, if they were like, man, we need like some hype servant, because as you can see, she really is only on the GSSR specials, right? And then she comes back for Ordeal Call 3, which is in like 2 years from now. So she doesn't really ever come back. So I'm expecting her to get some bonus raid up over here on NA, just kind of like Oberon did, where Oberon got a bonus one earlier this year before we got 90++ quests. But I don't know, Thanksgiving, like just a couple of months after anniversary, that seems kind of like copium to me. I don't think it's going to be a thing, but hey, it would be a crazy curveball if they did decide to do that. I don't think it's super likely, but they could do it. I could see them whipping that out. Some of the ones that kind of seem realistic is I was going through some of the extra, class people, and one of them that I've noticed hasn't really come back in a little bit. I mean, some of these are relative because we get bonus guys on the NA side of things. They give us bonus raid ups, but Yang is one that I haven't really seen. Like, she doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of raid ups. I mean, this is the 20 million download, just for like context for NA players. This was the Castoria one. That's the only like weird thing, is we had a lot of people come back for the technically $20 million campaign. Then again though, like Jalter comes back on this, and then she's back out again for the Singularity support campaign, so maybe it's not the craziest thing. Like Jax was another one that I was kind of feeling that maybe they could do, but she did literally just come back around, I believe, for the Halloween event. Cleopatra was another one that I was just kind of feeling, but I decided not to put on there. But Yang is one of those ones that I think you could maybe tempt people with her. I mean, she's always just going to be a rather solid single target servant. Being able to put burn power mod on people, plus with Honey Lake being a thing, just makes her relatively strong. That's another thing. You could maybe pair different CEs on this banner over here to maybe try to get people to summon. I think that is something they could do. Now, I don't know if they would ever do this, but can you imagine if they were like, yeah, we put Black Grail on raid up as like the 5-star CE. That way you can not only just get it if you missed out during anniversary, but you could try to max limit break it. I think something along those lines would be absolutely mental. I think the only one of like the staple CEs I can ever remember going up on raid up was 2030 with Skahawk. I can't really remember. I don't think K-Scope or Black Grill have ever been on raid up. Maybe Prisma Cosmos has. Someone can remind me of that in the comments down below. I don't remember if I've ever seen Prisma Cosmos on a raid up on a banner, but I feel like it has. Maybe it's just been a really long time. But, you could maybe tempt people by putting Yang and Honey Lake on there, so that was like the CE and the actual servant themselves. One of the other ones I'm kind of feeling is Kiara. Kiara, I mean, it just, with her getting a buff on JP, they know that we know about stuff that happens on JP, which is also why, I mean, you can see Melt over here, but I feel like Melt also could get a raid up potentially. Kiara and Melt both get these really strong raid ups, and then they decided to throw them, not raiders, but they get these buffs on JP. So then you throw them on raid up over on the NA side of things. That just seems to be something that they'll do every now and then to kind of be like, hey, don't you want to get your grubby little mitts on this servant you know is going to be really dummy broken in like 2 years from now? I could kind of see it. I'm kind of feeling the vibes on that one. It's just more off the base that, you know, sometimes they'll just give us similar stuff on both versions of the game. I mean, we both had a Lost Belt 5 campaign going on at the same time. You know, we already had that. We were scheduled to have that. And then JP was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and slide on in there. Let's also just do a Lost Belt 5 campaign as well. Why not? So I'm kind of feeling out that one. Kind of also vibing on Melt because I think if you're in their shoes, right, if you're in their mindset, they gotta try to bait people's Saint Courts before all these insane reruns and all the really good new servants come out. And, you know, people really like Yara. I like Yara. I have her NP3 over on JP. And thankfully, I now have NP2 Melt over on the JP side of things as well. I caved in for those. I was like, man, I really should be saving for whatever nutty servant's going to be coming out for New Year's. But, dude, Melt is just too good. I got to throw some tickets at her. This is more for me. I know Tyra, I think she does come back. Is it more like more recently? It's like she already just came out, or she comes back a bit more. I mean, it's 8th anniversary. That's a little ways off. But this is more for me. I would like to try to get Tyra over here, dude. I want my quick jolter, man. I want to be able to like blow people up. I mean, I have ruler Scotty and normal Scotty now, dude. I got all the quick guys. Let me just obliterate the Genji, all right? Let me just say that. Let me just blow people up with Tyra. I want to do it, dude. It just seems so much fun to be able to play with Tyra. Plus, she's one of those servants that I think benefits if you do actually have her, because her, where is it? Yeah, her bond CE is really strong, but not everybody has her bond CE. You know, getting that additional guts so you can proc her, where is it? It's her second skill over here. Yeah, and so you can proc this more often. I just think it kind of gives her like a Herc 5-star aesthetic, right? Where she's got the ability to get numerous guts and proc those guts for bigger damage buffs. And she also just crits really hard, and I love critting people. So this is kind of like a personal coat for me. This is like one of the few servants that I think if they did bring them back, they could potentially get me on. Because I've been pulling a lot of the servants that I want recently, but having good luck. Although, now that I say that out loud, I'm probably not going to pull any servants that I want moving forward. And then you got to throw like a Saber face on there. And one of these two seem, I don't know, I'm just kind of vibing with either Ruler Artoria or Rider Artoria. I don't know, you don't just have like a vibe of, well, you got to throw a Saber face on there. You know, you just got to have like a little bit of that diversity. And I think either one of these two are like pretty good bait because everybody loves Salter and everybody loves, you know, let's just say big Artoria. Artoria with a larger personality, let's say. It's kind of weird because right now on NA though, if you summon for Ruler Artoria, she's not the best, which is crazy coming from me because you guys know that I absolutely love using Ruler Artoria. I use any excuse to break her out and slowly whittle the enemy down with rider kicks, right? But we know that she got a buff over on the JP side of things, so it's another one of those servants that you could, again, trying to think from their perspective, bait people into summoning for, because not only is she a very pretty servant, but she's also going to be very good. I mean, kind of the same thing for Rider Artoria over here, although she's a little bit more strange, because you kind of do want Scotty or Ruler Scotty to kind of get her to work, because she has some, like, NP gain issues with, like, the lower NP gain, and they really help just, you know, being like, here, just screw it, here, to have a 50% battery, just take that. So I think with that, they could work. I mean, I also thought about some of the other supports, like, maybe they could bring a normal Scotty back, but I don't know. Like, I think that's about the best you could possibly get is, like, normal Scotty. But even then, like, a lot of them just kind of come back around more frequently now. Now that, like, you know, say, like, Merlin and Scotty themselves are kind of like the secondary supports for their card type. You know, like, Koyan Sky is, like, now the de facto buster guy. Ruler Scotty is pretty much the de facto quick person, at least if you want to be doing looping. So the other two, now that they're, like, not in the spotlight as much, they kind of seem to come back more often. I don't really know, but yeah, I just thought this was like a neat little speculation thing that we could all do, because I kind of want to get some, you know, thoughts from the community as well. Because also there could be 4 stars. I didn't really look at any of them. You know, we have Bargist and Sith coming back around as well. And so I don't, like, you know, there's some characters that it's hard to keep track of. Playing both JP and Global, while also being 2 years behind, sometimes it's hard to keep track of, like, who's all come back around. Especially, again, like, the download campaigns do not line up at all. You know, this was 20 million for us. This is 25 for that. Or no, what's this 25 for us? Hold on, let me go double check. Hold on, am I dumb? Am I stupid? Okay, I'm not dumb. It was the actually 20 million download campaign. I was like, dude, I had to pause and go double check because I was like, wait a minute, wasn't 20 million where we got the free 5-star ticket? And I had to like go do a double take on that one because I got really confused. I was like, I don't know if I'm mixing myself up right here, but yeah, you could have you know, like some 4-stars going right up that maybe I'm missing that maybe would actually be super hype. So let me know who you think is going to be coming back around in the comments down below, or if not, who you think is going to be coming back, who would break your saving streak of Saint Quartz, because again, for me, it would probably be somebody like Tyra. I really want to get some usage out of them. I do think if Archetype Earth did come back around with the buff that we now have with the 5th append skill over here, I think I might spring to try to get a second copy if she did come back around, because now she's actually pretty dummy good. I mean, not to say that she wasn't good already, but it's just, you know, Arcoid over here has like a very weird reputation in FGO where everybody's like, she sucks, she's the worst servant ever. It's like, no, she's not bad. You know, like, let's not get it twisted. She's not a bad servant. It's just, you know, compared to a lot of the other like top tier people, she might not be the best servant, but she's still really strong. But that's a whole different topic for a different video. Yeah, but like, I think she could maybe get me to try to summon for an NP2, but I don't know. There's just some insane guys that are coming out next year, and I kind of want to try to NP5 Morgan number 3 over there, so I don't know, I might have to just start saving, but let me know in the comments down below. And with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.